Hey y'all, I'm Danielle, owner of Naturally Created Wholesale. If you are new here, welcome. If you are coming back, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Today, I wanted to share with y'all 3 mistakes I made in 2022. And I'm gonna say these are my 3 biggest mistakes, okay? Because Lord knows I made a bunch. But these are my 3 biggest mistakes, and I want to share them with you in hopes that maybe I can help someone else not make these mistakes, right? So let's start with the biggest mistake that I made. The number one biggest mistake that I made was, and y'all, I got my little notes right here. This is actually my content. I made like a 6-week content plan for YouTube. Also, y'all, if y'all don't have one of these, it's called Rocketbook. This is Rocketbook Fusion. Y'all, this is really neat. It's a notebook, and I love it because you can like write in it, and then once you're done, you could just like wet a paper towel and erase it, and you got a fresh page. Like, it's so cool. Anyways, let's stay focused. So the number one mistake that I made is I focused more on making sales than I did in generating brand awareness. Okay. So, yeah, I just got excited. I got so excited running my business, seeing some money. Like, I just got excited, and I was just like, ooh, how can I do more of that? Right. And I constantly had to keep doing heart checks to make sure that I wasn't focused more on the money than I was on helping people, because that's not the purpose of my business. But yeah, I focused more on sales than I did on brand awareness, than I did on getting new traffic, building my community, right? So this hurt me because as a new business, my main focus should have just been like people, getting in front of more and more and more and more people, because ultimately if you get in front of more people, those people, a portion of them are going to come to your website. A portion of the people who come to your website are going to add to cart. A portion of those people are going to check out. And then a portion of those people are not going to abandon their checkout. They're actually going to place their order. And now we have a new customer. So I focused more on trying to get people to place orders when I should have been more focused on just getting in front of more and more and more and more new people and let the rest work itself out. But I didn't. And so I kept getting stuck in these ruts. Like, man, how, like, I'm trying to make more and more and more sales, but it wasn't working out the way that I wanted because I didn't have enough new people coming into my funnel, right? I was so focused on the end of the funnel that I wasn't focused on the beginning and like getting new people. And so that really hurt me. It was very frustrating. And I don't think that I really like I said, I was constantly doing heart checks throughout the year. Like, you know, I don't want the money to be my driver, right? I want to make an impact. I want to help people pursue their dream of starting a skincare business and, you know, using my gifts to help them. But I don't think that I really understood the magnitude of focusing on the wrong thing until like the very end of the year. And I talked about that a little bit in previous videos, but I really encourage you, especially if you're a new business, just focus on getting new people in front of your brand, okay? Because ultimately, the more people that you get in front of, if you're doing everything correctly, you know, you should be building your community, building your email list, and then those people will start to move through your customer journey funnel and ultimately place an order, okay? So that was a big mistake. So this year, my word for 2023 is expansion. I did not set a sales goal, y'all. It's the weirdest thing. I didn't set a sales goal. I still get caught up in like, dang, like where are we at in sales? Like, are we up? Are we down? Like, because it's human nature. Like, and I am running a business. Like, I want to be a good steward over my business, but this year I don't want to focus on sales. I want to focus on just strictly getting in front of as many people as possible. And I feel like it's less stressful doing that because that's something that I can control. I can control getting in front of more people in the ways that I do that, right? I can't control someone else placing an order. I can make sure my business is set up, and that, you know, my website is working properly, and we have channels set up and customer service set up and product description pages set up. I can do all that, but I can't control someone actually placing an order. I can't. So I want to be in control of just getting my business in front of as many new people as possible. So that was the first mistake. I focused on the wrong thing. I focused on trying to make money instead of just trying to generate brand awareness and getting people onto my email list, into my social media community. It was a hard lesson. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. And that's why I really, really encourage you as a new business owner, don't get so focused on like, ooh, let's get this money. Like, you're gonna get the money if you set up your foundation correct first. But if everything is set up, your foundation or your funnels and stuff are set up, the money is going to come. It's a byproduct of the work that you've done. But ultimately, you want to constantly be getting new people into your funnel so that you have more chances to get people to place an order. Okay, so that was the number one mistake. Number two, y'all, this broke my heart. Like, this really broke my heart. So number two, I focused on digital products instead of skincare. And y'all, I didn't realize this until the end of last year, that in December, when I was going through analyzing what happened the entire year, I went through and combed through what I did month over month, all the numbers, right? I did this, and you could tell certain parts, certain months where, you know, y'all, I was so focused on digital products. I was launching digital products that people didn't even care about. Like, I was just trying to get into like the digital product space, and I put so much focus on the wrong stuff. Like, I was just like, ooh, I'm gonna try to launch this digital product and that digital product, and like half the digital products worked, but the other half were like complete like busts. Like, I don't know if y'all ever launched a product and like ain't sold nothing, or you launched something and you was like super, super excited about it and you was like, ooh, this is gonna sell out, like I can't wait. And then it's like you launch it and it's crickets. And it don't matter if you had a launch plan. It don't matter if you, it wasn't like you just, here it is. Like, you actually had a strategy to get the product out there and told people about it and launched it, and it was crickets. Because nobody wanted it. You were like really excited about it, but nobody cared. And so, yeah, it was just crazy. Like, it was just crazy that my silly self was focusing so much on digital products instead of doing what was working. Which, like I said, some of the digital products, they are some of my best sellers. You know, our vendor list, our pricing guide, our playbook. Those are some of our best products for digital products. But really just taking a step back and being more intentional about the digital products that I create. I was just creating stuff just because I was like, ooh, maybe they'll want to learn this. Nobody wanted to learn about it. Nobody bought it. I actually removed some of them from my website because it was just like, this is a pointless product. Like, I believe it's necessary to know the information, but nobody was interested. Like my audience didn't need it or want it. So that was the second biggest mistake, is focusing on, was one, spending so much time focusing on something that wasn't a huge like revenue driver in my business. So like, for example, let's talk about like maybe if we're talking about your business, right? So maybe your best products are like a face care collection, right? Your face care collection, it moves off the shelf. You hardly even gotta say anything, and people are coming up buying it because you got the reviews, you got the transformations, you know, you're posting the content, like the stuff is moving. But you're like, you know, I really want to start doing lip gloss. I see all these lip gloss videos, or you know, maybe it's body scrub or something, right? Like, oh, I see all these fun body scrub videos. I think I want to do a body scrub, right? So then you go and you put in all this effort and time into, you know, getting this new product to your site, and you're so excited about it because you just can't wait to share the news with everybody, and you know that is gonna, you know, the girls are gonna be looking fly in this new lip gloss, or this body scrub is just to die for. And then you launch it and nobody buys nothing. Y'all, nobody buys nothing. And it's not because it's not a good product. They don't want it. They like what you have. That's what they shop with you for. And so that's what I was doing. It was like I had, you know, some products that were selling and stuff, but it's like, Danielle, focus on what's working. Like, you're a brand new business. Stop trying to put this out in the next month. And like, y'all, I was even spending, I spent so much unnecessary money running ads, trying to get people to see these digital products that, like, as my business grows, I'm being more and more known for, okay, she's got these digital products that people are vouching for. They'll come in my lives. They'll be like, oh yeah, that product helped me this much. And people are, you know, wanting to book calls with me and stuff like that. But it's like, when you're first starting, people just want like what everybody else has said is working for them, and they want to try it for themselves. And so for me, that's my skincare. And so that was, y'all, it's funny looking back. It's real funny when you start reflecting on things and like your stubbornness because of something like you really want to do, but it's just unnecessary. I think sometimes we create unnecessary stress for ourselves, just because as entrepreneurs, our brains are constantly moving and we're constantly getting ideas, and like they're all really good ideas, but some of them, they might just need to stay on a piece of paper, you know. And every idea that you get, what I'm learning, just because you have an idea doesn't mean you need to execute it in the next 24 hours. Like, sometimes you got to sit on an idea. Like, I got a digital product idea right now, and I've been talking about it, and I've been warming my audience up, seeing if they're even interested. And they're very interested, and I'm gonna drop it in a couple of weeks. But I've done my research to see, like, is this something they even want, or is this something that I want them to want, right? So second biggest mistake was focusing on selling things that my customers didn't even have a need for or a want for. Even though they're good products, I'm not saying that what you have is not a good product. Of course it's a good product. That's just not what they're shopping with you for. So focus on what people are shopping with you for. And when you get product ideas, make sure you really do your research and make sure it's something that your customer base, your audience actually wants, okay? Lastly, this was another mistake that is very easy to make in your first year or even first couple of years in business, right? Working more in your business than working on your business. Okay, my first year, it was crazy. I spent so much time just like doing things in my business when I probably could have hired help earlier. Like towards the end of the year, I did hire a VA to help me with email marketing. Um, but like some of the stuff, I feel like you just like put on the back burner because you got to pack orders, you got to make products, or you got to, label products, or you got to create content, you got to post the content, you got to send the emails, like you got to do all this different type of stuff. And it's like you forget that in order for your business to grow, you have to work on your business, just not doing like the day-to-days of your business, but spend some time working on your business, analyzing your business data, right? Seeing how you can be more efficient, right? Seeing what areas of your business that potentially you could outsource to someone to free up some time so that you can strategize more for the growth of your business. Spending time creating processes and systems for your business so that it's not just you're the only one who knows how to do anything. And if you fall sick for 3 months, everything just comes to a standstill, right? Like what, and this is, I'm telling y'all, this is what I struggle with. So towards the end of the year, I started creating spreadsheets with, information for inventory, for creating products, for profits and cost of goods, and just making sure I have everything laid out. I created an entire spreadsheet of where did I get all my inventory from? How much did that cost? Because in 6 months, if somebody comes back and is like, okay, yeah, we're gonna be placing another order of coconut oil. Okay, how is anybody? The reason I know that the cost of goods has increased because I wrote it down, right? If you're just going to order stuff and you're not keeping track of anything, how are you supposed to know that something has increased $1, right? It's easy to know in that moment, but how are you supposed to remember that when you're 6 months down the road? And now it went from increasing $1 to now it's increased $1.62. So how are you keeping track of things in your business, not only like inventory and cost of goods and but your processes for packing orders, shipping orders, making sure that your policies, okay, there was so many things that I needed to update that I just didn't. Like at the end of the year, I went through and updated a bunch of policies that I had because it's like I need to be more clear about this. I need to have more communication around this. I need to update my frequently asked questions so that everybody's on the same page, right? So work on your business, not just the day-to-day of creating and posting and, okay, we got a sale coming up. We need to send some emails out, checking inventory. And then you realize, oh man, I should have been ordered this inventory about 2 weeks ago. I'm supposed to ship out this order in a couple of days. Like, what am I gonna do? Now you're in a jam. So it's like, work on the business. So as you're doing things and as things are happening in your business, you're constantly able to update, not just going through the motions and still not really having a clear idea of all the different things that need to be done. So that was the third biggest mistake that I made, is I didn't spend enough time working on my business until the very end of the year. And I took probably a week to 2 weeks to just tighten everything up. And it's a process, y'all. It's a process. I don't want you to feel like okay, I have to have everything done by next week. It's a process, but I'm just telling y'all this to get your brains moving and thinking like, okay, this is stuff I need to pay attention to so that when it does come time to hire someone to do order fulfillment, right? When it does come time for you to hire customer service, when it does come time for you to hire maybe a content creator or social media manager or anything like that, like you have something to hand them, like, hey, this is how we do things. What can you bring to the table? Like, what can you do? Instead of going like, oh, I don't know anything about this, and then you got someone trying to, almost halfway scam you because you don't even know what's going on in your business, right? So spend some time figuring those things out and getting things in order, because you're going to care about your business more than anybody else. So if you can, spend some time figuring the stuff out so that you can get a good handle on it and then be like, okay, how can you help? How can you help us be more efficient? What can you bring, um, what services can you bring to the table instead of just, being clueless? So those are three biggest mistakes. Focusing too heavy on sales. I'm not saying, I don't want you to think Danielle said don't even worry about making sales. That's not what I'm saying. You still have to be a good steward over your business. Okay, there's still things that you're gonna do in your business to generate income. Your business needs income to grow. What I'm saying is, don't don't put all your focus into making sales. Put the majority of your focus into attaining new people. Secondly, I focused so much on digital products, and it really hurt me because I could have spent that time focusing on what works. So secondly, you know, don't focus on trying to make somebody want something that they didn't say they wanted. Like they don't need it. Like, focus on what people need and what they want and what they're telling you that they want. Not like creating things just because it's an idea of yours. Okay? And then lastly, work on your business instead of always working in your business. All right? So I hope this was helpful. If y'all have any questions, drop them below. Thank you again for being here with me on my journey. I hope these tips are helping you. And if y'all have any video topics, please drop them below. Love y'all.